Agent, it looks like the Black Tusk are retreating. What the? I lost control of the drone. Who the hell is doing this?
Congratulations, Agent. You got Chernenko. Now that's okay, you can keep him. He has served his purpose. Now this operation went much smoother than I expected, and that is partially thanks to you. I know it's frustrating. I'm right here and you're right there. But never forget, I will always be one step ahead of you. I'm in control, because I'm not afraid to take control. You still follow orders. That's why you'll never win. I'll see you real soon.
What's up guys, Woo here, back once again with another Division 2 video, and again as always, if you enjoy this one, drop a like, and for more content on the Division 2, smash the sub button. But yes guys, Mr. Keener, that's how I had to start this video. This bad boy has been elusive for a long period of time, and now we know where he is, now we know how to locate him and what we need to do to take this bad boy down. It just gives me the chills, really does. So this has got me stoked for Year 2 and the Warlords expansion. So in this video, I'm going to give a brief overview of episodes 1, 2, 3, and as always, I would love to hear your opinion. So please drop your comments, your rants, your positivity in the comment section so we can discuss and see where we're going to go in Year 2. But guys, as always, yes, let's do this. Yes guys, episode 1 was the first free update way back when, and guys, yes, this is an extremely important update because this put the game back on track. The reason I say this is because, yes, there was 2 beefy missions which were Camp White Oak and yes, Manly National Zoo, which were fun to play. Long extendable missions I found that were quite beefy in terms of content. But more importantly, there was a pair of gloves that were hidden in Camp White Oak and RNG, all depending on how good yours is. Mine is awful. But yes, you would farm that mission repeatedly to make sure those pair of gloves dropped. Yes, the BTSU gloves, which were the catalyst for skill builders, for sure. We had some classified assignments, as always, which are exclusive to the Season 1 pass holders. These, in all fairness, I found them underwhelming, unenjoyable, and very quickly dealt with, and just for something that goes round by your backside. Doesn't mean jack shit to me, but still, to some, they're great. We had the Diamondback rifle, which was a really good timed exclusive. I did enjoy farming for that. I was quite lucky. I did get one fairly early doors. But again, the skill overhaul. This is the thing that really put the game back on track because the first few months of the Division 2 were devoid of any skill builds. And if you were rolling with a skill build, you're at a huge disadvantage. So just introducing the BTSU gloves and the overhaul of skill power really paid dividends to the devs, and moving forward, the game was on the right track. Now, there were improvements to crafting and recalibration, but there's also the really shit introduction to the Shepherd system, which I thought was pointless. In theory, yes, it could work, but still, I just feel it's a really pointless, unrewarding system. Some people enjoy it. Sorry, folks, I didn't. Now, in terms of the Discovery Raid mode, it is the Child's Play version. Matchmaking, again, people do it in minutes. Pretty pointless, but again, it gives people a certain indication of how to do the raid. But in all honesty, I don't see any value in the discovery mode whatsoever. So guys, episode 1 I felt was a good update. Could have been better, but a good, weighty update. Now as we move into episode 2, again, I'd love to hear your opinion on this because I'm completely on the fence. Title update 6. Again, the overview. And this was the Pentagon missions, if I recollect. And with this mission, or with this update, may I add, I felt it was a quality of life improvements. And it was lacking, in my opinion, of any real actual beef content. I just felt, again, it was quality of life improvements, balance, and again, I was hoping for a little bit more, but still I was quite underwhelmed. But one thing that did give me the boost to this update was the technician specialization. That really gave hybrid builds a chance, and especially in PvP. With the technician specialization, it would boost your skill power by 50%, hence you go from 2k to 3k, and you can use all the mods in the game to make your skill builds, or your skill hybrid builds, absolutely insane. But at that point, there were builds, again, that were crazy. You would have 550k armor, 3k skill power, and hit like a monster truck. So the technician specialization did cause a monumental amount of problems. Very, very fun to use, but because of the current building mechanic, it did create a lot of issues, in my opinion. I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section. I call this the Nerf gun specialization, simply because it just sounds like a Nerf gun. It does sound a little bit underwhelming, a bit poppy, and yeah, it's fun specialization to use. There were major improvements to, we're looking conflict, new team elimination modes, and yes, more importantly, the mode we've all been waiting for is targeted loot, which we know the many hours of grinding and farming for a relevant backpack that gives you skilled and destructive was a pain in the backside. Targeted loot did help and did aid immensely. Not perfect, but still a huge step in the right direction. So kudos to the devs for introducing targeted loot. That has helped me find many pieces I've been scouring for countless amounts of hours. Again, in my opinion, this quality of life Title Update 6 update, episode 2, was again on the a good step in the right direction. I still feel there's quite a bit that the game could have progressed upon, but it didn't. And this is where it came a little bit stagnant, in my opinion. So maybe one step forward and 2 steps back. Again, there was many PvP improvements for the DZ in terms of huge heavy enemies, supply drops, and again, of course, the Thieves' Den vendor, which still had a monumental amount of shit problems where we're trying to find Cassie Mendoza and then find the Thieves' Den. Happy days. But still, I do feel this was, again, the quality of life improvements. It didn't repair as much as I wanted it to, and it did leave the game quite stagnant from here on in. In my opinion, again, guys, as always, drop a comment below. But there were many problems in PvP, and in terms of balance that they tried to fix in this update, I feel went quite wrong and going quite backwards. And this was at a point where I did feel quite underwhelmed by the Division 2. So I was quite anticipating and infused for episode 3, and I expected a lackluster content, but was hoping for, again, some quality of life changes. What did we get in episode 3? Now, episode 3 was back to Coney Island, and I feel this was a really good addition to the game because this was the first point in the game where we had some Aaron Keener information, Aaron Keener footage. We had some really good echoes, again, that made you worthwhile trying to find them, to listen to the stories behind the echo. The cleaners are back. And how cool were the cleaners? And then not to mention, yes, the flamethrower specialization, which I thought, again, was really good, long overdue, but still the right time to put it into the game, given it's episode 3, back to Coney Island, and yes, the cleaners are here. So good time to add this update. In terms of quality of life changes, we had, yes, the Savage Wolverine, we've had the Chameleon Exotic, but still for me, this was an important update because it gave people hope. We knew we were going back to New York. We knew about Warlords as well, so it gave us all a very positive outlook on the future of the title. So guys, episode 3 has finished quite nicely. Now I'd love to hear your thoughts, and as always, drop a comment below. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Peace.